The Puzzle of Potential. In a charming corner of the Davidson household, where every nook seemed to brim with creativity, 12-year-old Emma Davidson was hard at work. The late afternoon sunlight streamed through her window, casting a warm glow on the chaos of craft supplies that lay strewn across her bedroom floor. Emma, with her hair in a messy ponytail and a determined look on her face, was carefully crafting pieces of a unique puzzle for her upcoming school project. Her father, David Davidson, a tall man with a kind smile and a knack for encouraging his daughter's interests, leaned against the doorframe of her room. He watched her with a mix of admiration and curiosity. David had always been impressed by Emma's boundless enthusiasm and ingenuity, and today was no exception. "What are you up to, kiddo?" David asked, stepping into the room and surveying the colorful mess of markers and cardboard. Emma looked up from her work with a grin. "I'm making a puzzle for the school fair. It's not just any puzzle, though. It's a box puzzle that changes shape when you solve it. I want to show how geometry and problem-solving can be fun." David raised an eyebrow, clearly intrigued. "A changing shape puzzle? That sounds pretty ambitious. How's it coming along?" Emma's face lit up with excitement. "It's going great. I've designed the box to have different patterns on each side, and when you solve one side, it transforms into a new shape. It's like a puzzle within a puzzle." David nodded, impressed. "That sounds fantastic. But I'm curious, what inspired you to come up with this idea?" Emma shrugged, her eyes sparkling. "I've always liked puzzles, and I thought it would be cool to make one that's more interactive. Plus, we learned about geometric shapes in math class, and I thought this would be a fun way to combine what we've learned with something creative." David's heart swelled with pride. "You know, Emma, one of the things I love about you is how you turn your interests into something innovative. You've got this incredible ability to see possibilities where others might not." Emma blushed slightly, her fingers pausing over her puzzle pieces. "You really think so?" "Absolutely," David said, taking a seat next to her at the table. "I've always admired how you approach challenges. You don't just solve problems, you find creative ways to make them even more interesting." Emma's cheeks turned a deeper shade of pink. "Thanks, Dad. That means a lot." David looked at the puzzle pieces spread out before them. "But tell me, is there anything about this project that's been particularly challenging?" Emma sighed, her expression turning thoughtful. "Well, getting the pieces to fit together in a way that changes the shape is trickier than I thought. Sometimes I feel like I'm close to getting it right, but then I hit a snag." David nodded, understanding the frustration. "That's completely normal. Even the most successful inventors and creators face challenges. The important thing is not to let those obstacles stop you. It's all part of the learning process." Emma looked at her father with a hint of doubt. "But what if I can't get it to work? What if my puzzle doesn't turn out the way I want it to?" David gave her a reassuring smile. "Emma, the process of working through these challenges is just as important as the final result. Every time you encounter a problem and find a solution, you're learning and growing. Even if your puzzle doesn't turn out exactly as you envisioned, the skills and creativity you develop along the way are what truly matter." Emma seemed to take comfort in her father's words, her eyes brightening again. "So, even if it's not perfect, it's still worth it?" "Absolutely," David said firmly. "And remember, sometimes the best ideas come from unexpected places. You might discover something new and exciting along the way." Emma's face lit up with renewed determination. "I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I can find a new way to make the pieces fit together." David grinned and picked up a piece of cardboard, examining it. "How about we brainstorm some ideas together? Two heads are better than one, after all." Emma's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm. "Yes, let's do that. I've been trying to figure out how to make the pieces interlock smoothly, but I'm not quite sure how to do it." David nodded thoughtfully. "What if we try creating a few prototypes with different designs? We can test them out and see which one works best. Sometimes it's about trial and error." Together, they began experimenting with different designs, cutting and reassembling cardboard pieces. Emma's laughter filled the room as she and her father worked side by side, their creativity flowing freely. With each new attempt, Emma grew more confident, her initial doubts fading away. As the evening wore on, David couldn't help but reflect on how much Emma had grown. He admired her resilience and creativity, qualities that were evident in every aspect of her project. He knew that these traits would serve her well, not just in school, but in life. As they finally put the finishing touches on the puzzle, David looked at Emma with pride. "You've done an incredible job, Emma. I'm amazed at how you've brought your idea to life." Emma beamed, her eyes shining with satisfaction. "Thanks, Dad. I couldn't have done it without your help and encouragement." David gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "You did most of the work yourself. I'm just here to support you. The real credit goes to your intelligence, creativity, and hard work." Emma hugged her father tightly, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "I'm glad you're proud of me. I've learned so much from this project." David smiled warmly. "And I'm proud of you, too. Remember, Emma, you have an incredible mind and a big heart. No matter what challenges come your way, you have the power to overcome them. Keep believing in yourself and your ideas." As they cleaned up the remains of their crafting session, Emma's thoughts were already racing ahead to her next project. David watched her with a sense of fulfillment, knowing that the real success of the evening was in the bond they had strengthened and the encouragement he had provided. The night settled in, casting a soft glow over the room. David and Emma shared a quiet dinner, their conversation filled with laughter and reflections on the day's accomplishments. The true magic lay not just in the completed puzzle, but in the shared moments of discovery, encouragement, and love that would continue to inspire Emma as she grew. In their cozy home, surrounded by the remnants of their creative endeavor, David knew that the puzzle they had worked on was more than just a project. It was a testament to Emma's potential and the unwavering support that would help her unlock the many possibilities of her future.